I'm always on the lookout for awesome indie games that no one's talking about, and one that just dropped is Lunar Eclipse. It's an atmospheric, tense, and deliberately punishing survival horror game developed by the two-person team at Black Rabbit's Tales. Currently, it's only available on Steam in early access, which means you're paying for a game that's still in development. So let's see if Lunar Eclipse is worth your time and your hard-earned Hawk Tuah Coins. Kicking things off, the overall vibe of Lunar Eclipse is right up my alley. You play as Eilish, a woman with impeccable fashion sense and a killer right hook, who wakes up in an abandoned facility wearing, well, this. You navigate the dimly lit corridors and abandoned halls filled with darkness, strange noises, and the keys to a broader conspiracy. Exploration is central to the gameplay as you find keys, clues for solving the many puzzles, and logs that fill in the story. You can climb over obstacles, crawl through tight spaces, and sneak, run, and fight. I hope you like puzzles, cause there's a lot of them. Like, a lot. Unlike some other horror games, where the puzzles push believability to the breaking point, the puzzles here are much more realistic and grounded in the environment, like figuring out how to route power to a door. Now, truth be told, I'm not the biggest fan of puzzles, probably because I suck at them, and that's because
I'm not a smart man.
And my solid streak of sucking at puzzles goes undefeated here. I got stuck a few times trying to figure out what the hell I needed to do. The lack of visual cues makes some feel like a guessing game, turning investigation into tedium. After powering through though, what I'd say is that everything you need to solve the puzzles is there, but you're gonna have to work for it. The clues and the items you need are somewhere in the environment, so you need to keep your eyes peeled and take a moment to think about it. It's not like every puzzle is a chore, and hey, maybe they're all super easy for you. I don't know why you need to show off, but for me, they were hit and miss. Speaking of hitting and missing, let's talk about combat. There isn't a ton of it, so when you have to engage the shambling zombies, it can feel really tense. You have to get up close and personal, putting you in range of the enemy's flailing arms and gnashing teeth. You're armed only with a knife, and your swings are slow and awkward. Now, there are two schools of thought when it comes to combat in horror games. On one side, the argument is combat should be clunky to build tension. And on the other side, the argument is combat can be tight and responsive without sacrificing the fear. Whichever side you fall into will likely shape how you feel about the combat here. I can deal with either philosophy. A game like The Killing Antidote has fairly unrefined combat that still feels decent overall. But I'd say the combat in Lunar Eclipse still needs a bit more refinement to feel just right. And there's definitely a need for more weapons, which the developers have stated they plan to add. Knowing that Eilish isn't a powerhouse with Leon-level skills, you have to decide whether you want to risk each fight or try to avoid them altogether. The highlight for me is absolutely the presentation and the atmosphere. Every creak, distant groan, and fluctuating shadow reinforces the oppressive mood. The visuals are detailed and gritty, with lighting that gives each space its own weight. Although the darkness may have been cranked a bit too far at times.
Can we take the key light down a little bit? Yeah, just take it down a little bit. Thank you. Yeah. Yeah, a little bit more. A little bit. Yeah, good. More. And a little bit more. Boom, you got it. If it was just a little bit darker.
It's a world that creeps under your skin instead of attacking you up front. There are hints about your life before through the environmental storytelling that I thought was really great. Eilish herself looks awesome. As she sneaks in a towel, donning a blonde ponytail, I got straight up Haunting Grounds vibes. When she is wearing one of the few outfits, they look great, leaning into fanservice territory, and potentially beyond, depending on your settings. And there's a system with a lot of promise where you gather components to sew new clothes. I'm interested to see what the devs do with it. I mean, I definitely want more outfits. And I'm not alone, that's a pretty common sentiment among the Steam community. Lunar Eclipse currently has a very positive rating on Steam, with praise for the atmosphere, visuals, and some of the puzzles, with criticisms for other puzzles, and the request for more outfits for Eilish. User Banana Pizza, great name by the way, with over 10 hours in the game wrote, "Intriguing story so far with a yummy and witty main character, carrying an air of mystery that surrounds her and her current predicament. Lots of puzzles with very little handholding in solving them. It's a mix between a walking simulator and a good amount of zombie melee combat here and there. You can finish the current version of the game in about 2 hours, so Banana Sandwich definitely went the distance." The developers have been very engaged with the community and have laid out a detailed roadmap of planned updates that span the next 2 years, including 3 to 4 new locations, more costumes, more weapons, and new gameplay mechanics. That's exactly what the game needs, so assuming they deliver, I'm pumped for what this game will become. The game currently costs under $14, so right now you're mostly paying for the promise of more to come. This is the price for early supporters, and they've said that it may increase down the road as more features are added. If you like what you see, you can give the demo a spin, and I recommend adding it to your wishlist. Especially for smaller developers, that can be a huge help. Okay, there's Lunar Eclipse. Now I'd love to hear from you. What do you think about the game? And let me know if you'd like more short reviews like this that introduce you to new games rather than the beefier deep dives I typically do in my reviews after 100%. As always, if you liked the video, hit like and of course subscribe. And if you want more awesome games packed with waifus, check out my video right here. I want to thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time.